Is it recording? Oh my gosh, this is so intense. Okay, hi. Welcome to my channel. I can't believe I'm saying that. I can't believe that this is actually happening. I have a little community over on Instagram, and I realized that I don't really show my personality on there ever, for a multitude of reasons, and I don't want to get too deep on you guys, but I just have always been so afraid of sharing too much and then being too much or being rejected because of how I come across. But I kind of am in a place where it's caution to the wind, and I'm saying F it, and we're just gonna flow with it. I decided that I'm going to do a get to know me tag, and I've got a few questions that some of you guys over on Instagram asked, and then some questions that I pulled online that are just normal get to know me questions. So let's get started. Okay, so what's your name? My name is Jess Pugh, Jess with a G. When's your birthday? June 14th. I'm a Gemini. No Gemini slander here. If you guys want my big three, I'm a Gemini sun, Sagittarius moon, Capricorn rising, Venus in Gemini if we're getting spicy on ya. Any other astrology fanatics out there? Where were you born? So this is always a fun fact for me. I was actually born in Germany. My dad was in the military. Both of my parents actually were in the military, and so we were stationed over in Germany when I was born. And no, I do not speak German. I wish I did though. Where did you grow up? So I grew up mostly in Maryland. After we left Germany, my family settled in rural Maryland. When I say rural, I really mean it. There was one blinking light in all of our town where I went to elementary and middle school. I was one of very few Black people where I grew up, and there's just nothing to do there. If you grew up in rural America, you know it's not giving what it needs to give. Okay, where do you currently live? I currently live in New York City, the Big Apple, and I've almost been here for 2 years. Can you believe that, guys? Those of y'all that know me. So a little bit about me is that before I moved to New York, I lived in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was there for just about 5 years. Last TV show you watched? Okay, I think it was Good Girls. I'm pretty sure it was Good Girls. I just started, so don't ruin it for me in the comments. Do you prefer fame or money? 100% money. I do not think I would like being famous. I just really want to be impactful, and I want to make a shit ton of money. So sorry mom and dad if you're listening, I'm cursing. Ooh, next question is my go-to drink order. So I go through many iterations, but I mostly drink tequila because that is quite literally the only thing that does not give me a hangover. And if I'm not drinking tequila, it's probably champagne. If I'm out, if they have them and they're good, I do spicy margs, chef's kiss. And if not, then I'm typically doing Casamigos with fresh lime, soda water, and champs. Just don't give me cheap champs, like Chandon and up. My friends know what I'm talking about, Chandon and up. Oh, let's get this straight. Hennessy is disgusting. Fight me if you want to. I think it's gross. I will quite literally never voluntarily drink that unless I don't know it's in there. Then if you bamboozle me, fine. But I'm not gonna be like, hey, we on Henny tonight. No, we're not. It's nasty. It's gross. It makes your pores smell. Anywho, next question. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I have an older brother. And if you want to count our dog, my parents got her my sophomore year of college, I think. And she's their favorite child, and I don't even mean that hyperbolically. They literally love her more than anything in this world. Are you single or in a relationship? Single as a Pringle, baby. Single as a Pringle. Men they're an interesting breed. And I hate that I am attracted to them. If I could choose to not be attracted to men, I definitely would. Because it's really not great. It is giving me real trailer park energy. men are. Next question. A bad habit you have. I have a lot of bad habits. One, okay, so this one's I'm actually really embarrassed about because it is really bad. So I'm super self-conscious about my skin, but and I have acne prone skin and I pick at my face. I know everybody who's like a skin person out there is like, don't do it. You not reconsider, read some literature. Another bad habit that I have though is I don't know if I like where I picked this up or how long I've been doing. I think I've been doing this for a very long time, but like I stick my tongue out like all of the time, like dancing, like especially when I'm drinking, I'll be like, or like I like randomly, it's very inappropriate. And it's like, I do it at the most inappropriate times. Like I don't know what's wrong with me. I think Meg Thee Stallion also like made me feel like it was acceptable. I'm like, she does it, like I don't do it, like hot girl, like Bond, you know what I mean? How many tattoos do you have? I actually have 0 tattoos. Last time you cried. Ooh, I'm actually a crier. I really am a crier. The last time I cried, I went home this past weekend. My parents just celebrated their 30th wedding anniversary on Tuesday, whatever March 23rd was. And I went home over the weekend to witness them renew their vows. And it was just my parents, my brother, our dog, and I. And it was just a really tender and sweet moment, just like our little family. Okay, I'm gonna ask a question from Instagram. This is a good question. What are you passionate about? I'm really just passionate about representation for fat Black women. Just show that beauty is so much more than these rigid standards that we've created. I've internalized so much self-hate. Plus size people have been the butt of jokes. They have been ridiculed. They have been talked about, just so many snide remarks. And I spent so much of my life like just thinking I was ugly. And I don't want that for anybody. Whatever I have to do to include us in the conversation of what's beautiful, I'll do. So if it's modeling, if it's styling, if it's being an influencer on Instagram, if it's having a YouTube channel, like whatever it is, I am more than willing to do it, because I'm so passionate about just making sure that Black women, our stories are being told, and that we are held in the highest regard as consumers, as people, as women, and that we are not shunned. I don't want anyone else to ever experience the self-hate that I experienced for so long. And that's kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I share what I share. And it's always so uncomfortable for me to be so open and exposed and raw. But I know I'm always doing it for a bigger cause, and it's not just about me. And that helps me keep perspective. What's the thing you've done that makes you the most proud? Oh gosh. I've done a lot that has made me proud recently, and that's actually really hard for me to say. But I think the biggest one, and it's kind of cliche, and I know a lot of people say this, but truly moving to New York, like I had no plan. Like I legitimately had no plan when I got up here. I moved up here with no job, and just a prayer and a dream. Of course, COVID hit in the midst of that. I wasn't here a year before COVID happened. But I have really endured. Like they say, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. And I think that's especially true for me. Like I've been making it in New York in a freaking global pandemic. I really am proud of myself for just like sticking it out and like seeing my vision through. That's not saying that there are days that I don't want to quit. Like there's at least one day a week, and one is very low, where I just want to give up and go back to my old life, which is a real possibility for me. But I haven't done it yet. So I'm really proud for just like believing in myself and following my dreams. And I don't even want to make it seem like it was just an easy, beautiful, breezy thing, because following your dreams is quite literally the hardest work you will ever do. And I don't think people talk about that enough, like how hard it is and how lonely and isolating and scary it is. And so I'm just proud of myself for betting on me. And even if this is as far as I go, I'm so proud of what I've done and what I've accomplished. And there's so many things that I just never imagined for myself when I quit my job. What talent or potential do you have that is not fully realized at your current job? I don't lean into my creativity enough. I think it would surprise people to know this, but I am afraid of a lot of things. I'm afraid of how people view me. I'm afraid of not being perfect. I'm afraid of failing. And so there's so many ideas that I have that I just never pull the trigger on because I get so caught up in my own head that I just decide it's easier to not do them. And I don't even mean to say this like in a boastful way, but I'm incredibly creative. And I don't push myself enough, and I think I really need to do a better job of that. What would you like to be known/remembered for? That I encouraged people to love themselves and to love others unconditionally. Who are your main style inspirations aside from Rihanna? You guys know I love Rihanna. If you didn't know that, now you know. Ree is life. Rihanna rules the world. She does no wrong, and don't try to convince me otherwise. I don't want to hear it. You guys didn't ask me about Rihanna, but I gotta do it. She's so eclectic. Like, she can switch it up, and I just love a woman who is not beholden to a specific style. And I think I'm the same way. Like, her mood reflects her clothes, and I think she does it impeccably. Like, chef's kiss. Aside from Rihanna, who do I like? I love Zendaya. I was sleeping on Zendaya. Luxury Law Roach, he kills the styling game with her. She is, oh my god, a dream. I'm also really into Hailey Bieber, really into Bella Hadid. Both of them have like kind of a relaxed, casual vibe, which I think I've kind of adopted that more here in New York. Here, I gotta walk places, and so I'm really looking for style that kind of encapsulates like sneakers or just like comfortable boots. Tracee Ellis Ross, because I love how she does color. She does like texture well. Like, you see her in sequins, you see her in fur, you see her with stripes, neon colors. Like, she just, her style is also just, yeah. So I think those are like the main people I can think of right now. Ooh, this is a good question. Would you rather travel back in time to meet your ancestors or to the future to meet your descendants? Ooh, I like this question. I'm gonna say my ancestors. I would go back in time to meet my ancestors, just because I feel like such a connection to like the past, and like, I'm not trying to get too weird, but like past lives and stuff. And so I just want to know like who my ancestors are and like what their strengths were, and like I would love to just see their faces. I think that, especially for Black people, we don't have the luxury of knowing all of our ancestors. It's not as easy to trace our lineage. And so I think just knowing where I came from and knowing whose DNA is running through me is so powerful. And I would hope that I would be able to harness some of the gifts and talents that they have, and that they've like passed down to us without us really even knowing. Your go-to karaoke song. Ooh. My friends and I love Say My Name by Destiny's Child. If you know, you know. It's a bop. We also love We Belong Together by Mariah Carey. Also a bop. I don't think I have like a solo karaoke song. I always like do karaoke in a group. What's one thing you hope to accomplish before the end of the year? Ooh, this is a question that really will challenge me. I don't know. Oh, I need to think about that. That was a good question, y'all. That was a good question. What's your favorite thing to do outside? Drink. Alcohol. Give me a picnic blanket, give me a speaker, and give me an alcoholic beverage and my friends. I am in heaven. What are you currently reading? So I'm actually a fake reader. Like, I buy hella books and I don't read them. I'll go through like these moments where I'm like, I I'll read everything. Like there was a day where I like read like 3 Albert Camus books in one day. I was like, yes, I'm such a reader. I'm such a scholar. Like ask about me. And then I didn't pick up the other like 4 books that I purchased for months. So what's on my list is Such a Fun Age. I think that's what it's called. You could splurge on anything right now. What would you buy? Oh my gosh. I have a laundry. I like love splurging. Like I love to spend money, especially when it's not my own, which is why I don't spend money often, because it's most time my own. But I think I'm really in a shoe kick, and I think I can blame my best friend for that because she's really into shoes. But I definitely would buy a pair of Amina Muaddi shoes. I mean, her stuff is just wow. Like wow. Like wow. Like there are levels, and she's at the top. Which season fits your personality best? Spring, summer, fall, winter, and why? Ooh, I would say spring, because I'm like, and this is not to toot my own horn, but maybe it is. Okay, you know what? It is. Toot, toot, beep, beep. Okay. I like to think that I am a positive light, like that I'm a breath of fresh air. I'm going to say it like that. And I think that spring, we have daylight saving, which we lose an hour, but we gain so much light. And I'd like to think that my persona is gaining light. Like I'm bringing light, I'm bringing joy, I'm bringing new beginnings, I'm bringing blossoming and growth. Maybe that's a little conceited, but I got a reason. I look way too good to be wearing this. I look way too good to be See, look, the tongue thing. Do you find affirmations or mantras helpful? If so, what do you say to yourself? The answer to that is 100% yes. I have a playlist on Spotify that I've like queued up a lot of my favorite like meditations and affirmations and stuff like that. If that's something you guys are interested in, I'm happy to share. But one person that I recommend you guys listen to is Londrell. He has some that are a little bit longer for the different chakras. They're about 15 to 20 minutes each. And if I have the time in the morning, I'm not rushing and like I'm taking my time to like, you know, kind of center myself before the day starts, I do those. But then he also has shorter affirmations like radiate love or an abundance meditation or like a money mantra. It's helpful to just like center yourself and like remind yourself, because I think for me, I won't speak for everyone, but it's just so quick to like pick up your phone, like, you know, like as soon as you wake up and you're like checking Instagram or you're checking your email, you're checking your texts. What inspires you most? Ooh, I get inspiration from so much. I really take inspiration from quite literally everything, from music, from art, from people watching, from history, especially history. I am like in this like deep like Harlem Renaissance era where I'm so obsessed with like the Lena Hornes and the James Baldwins and the Maya Angelou, all of these people who had such an impact on Black culture and art. To me, it is just, it's so beautiful. Like, and I've been really trying to figure out how I can merge activism and like uplifting Black voices and uplifting Black women with my art. Lastly, my friends and my family, they inspire me. I'm surrounded by such incredible people. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm so blessed to have the people around me that I have. What would you put on a mixed CD right now if you made one? Oh my gosh, music is like my love, outside of like fashion. Definitely Solange. Love her music. The Internet would be on there. Mac Ayers would definitely be on there. Dirty Laundry by Blake Ruby. I would put some jazz on there, maybe some Miles Davis or some Coltrane. I would also put a little bit of trap on there. Maybe some Gunna. I love Gunna. Ooh, I love Gunna. Jordan Rakai, Tom Misch. Oh, I love Tom. Kaytranada. Oh, how could I not put Kaytranada at the top? Some Anderson Paak. Don't judge me, y'all. What's your favorite app on your phone? It's between TikTok. I'm obsessed with TikTok. If you're not on TikTok, please do it. It is just like such an outlet. Like, it is such a good app. I'm so obsessed with it. It's so much fun. And probably the Shanny Nichols app. Nicholas or Nichols? I clearly don't know the names of anything, but her astrology app. I really enjoy that. If you could meet any historical figure, either living or deceased, who would you choose and why? So I have two answers for this. The first one is Eartha Kitt. I just think she was incredible. She was so raw. And there's a quote that she said, something to the effect of like, so she was born Eartha May, and she's like, Eartha Kitt has no fears. She's like so uninhibited, and you know, she loves the spotlight, but Eartha May is like a deeply, you know, afraid, insecure woman. She wasn't afraid to share her duality, to just show that like everything isn't always what it seems, like, and that there's always like another side to every coin. And so I just love her, and I love how she viewed men and love and compromise in life. The other person would definitely be James Baldwin. Brilliant, 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 brilliant mind. That man was nice with the pen. Like, wow. And if you ever listen to any of his interviews, a lot of the stuff that he said back then is so applicable now. And I would just want to learn from both of them, like learn how there's something about them. They both embraced their uniqueness in a way that was so rare for the time, and probably even if they were here now would be rare for now. And they again used their art as activism. You know, Eartha not so much racially but politically, and James for his queerness and his race. I think they're just brilliant, and I would love, love, love to meet them, to have like dinner with them. And I don't even smoke cigarettes, but I would smoke a cigarette with James Baldwin. I think this is the last question. Oh my gosh. And this is like ending on a happy note. If you could choose only one place to vacation for the rest of your life, where would it be and why? And this one, I'm gonna have to say Mexico. I love Mexico. I think it is a beautiful country. The people are beautiful. The food is divine. I've been 3 or 4 times now, and every time I go, I have a better time than the last, which is like, it's hard to imagine, but I seriously love it there. Those are my questions, guys. That was it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Just a little bit of plan. I want to do more fashion hauls, plus size fashion hauls, some styling tips and tricks, and just sharing a little bit more about my life. If you guys have specific things that you want me to talk about on here, please let me know. I am happy to do that. I'm happy to share. One of my goals for this year, I guess maybe this is the answer to that question before, like something you want to accomplish before the end of the year, is just sharing more of my authentic self and not being afraid of rejection. Which is a tall order for me. I want to do a better job of sharing more of who I am with you guys, if that's something you're interested in. And even if you're not, you don't gotta be here like skirt. Yeah. So yeah, please subscribe to my channel, ? That's the thing I can say now. And if you have questions or concerns, leave them below. Thank you so much for watching. You are such a light, and I am so grateful for you. Have the best day.